They won't have a reason for why they came against you, a legit, real reason, because they are not self aware of what feelings they were feeling at the time. They were unaware of how it was controlling their thought process and their actions. They do not know why they came against you. They just know that they had some type of just animosity internally towards you, and they felt that the way for them to deal with that animosity towards you that they were having within themselves was to lash out all of that pain onto you as if that was going to make them feel better. But let me tell you, what was happening is you were triggering some type of internal battle within them. So when I say animosity, they were having an animosity within themselves. They were going through their own internal battle, but they were choosing you as their target, as their, vantage point, as their, like, pretty much like they were framing you as the one that is the problem. They made you out to be their scapegoat, pretty much. And they were thinking that if they were to just unleash all of this pain onto you, that it would make them feel better. It would make them feel satisfied. It was going to give them that power, and they would no longer feel this type of way towards you. But every single time, it did not make them feel better. It may have made them feel better in the moment, but later on, all of that pain was still there. So they're thinking, let me go ahead and just hurt this person even more because I'm still dealing with this pain. This person got addicted to abusing you because that was their coping mechanism. This is what happens when people use you as their scapegoat. They got so addicted to using this as a mechanism, as a method to release their energy, but they're not even realizing that they were self-sabotaging the whole entire time because they weren't dealing with what was going on internally. All they did was just throw it out, but every time you throw it out, it's going to come right back to you. It's like, imagine that you have a hot log, like a log, and it's on fire, okay? And you try to toss that log to somebody else, and they're like, this is too hot, I'm not gonna carry it. You carry it back, and now that log is back in your hands, and you can try to throw it on the ground, it's gonna come right back to you, and people are wondering, what am I gonna do with this hot log? This is an analogy. The log is your, like, internal world, and the hot log, the fire, why it's hot, is because those are your emotions, like, that are, ramping up and everything. And in order for that fire to stop, for that log to not be hot, you have to acknowledge that it's hot. You have to acknowledge this log is on fire. Once you acknowledge that the log is on fire, it starts to diffuse. Once you just allow yourself to feel it, it starts to diffuse, and eventually it goes away. So in terms of their emotions, what they have to do is acknowledge that they're feeling some type of emotion and it's happening within them, not outside of them. And if they could have done that, then they would not have taken such actions against you. What happens when you deal with emotional, immature people that are unhealed?